ability to make the world's first bionic man. Better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster.
What is up, guys? This is Anthony, and today we're going to talk about my time with Big Ben. Now, as you know, Big Ben is the first male character in Skullgirls, and is right now the biggest. And it's also to note that right now he is my absolute favorite in terms of concept, in terms of playstyle. He's my favorite right now. So his story is, I don't want to say it's cliche, but it kind of is. You take this cop who was a good guy and you put him in a band of bad cops who, you know, were corrupt. They beat up the good cop, and now you have to do something with him so he can continue to do good. Except this time, in order to keep him alive, they turn him into a giant ensemble of instruments. I don't know. I thought that was a pretty great concept. Now, as far as his playstyle, well, I mean, he plays with a lot of instruments. All his normals is some sort of instrument. And I thought that was one of the coolest things ever. I thought that was amazing. And while some of his normals are a lot better than others, I have to say that with what they gave him, he can be a pretty good threat. So what I've gathered from him so far is that he's more of a mid-range fighter as opposed to up close, because he cannot handle pressure well, as you'll see later on. His response, like his ability to, I guess, punish a lot of things is questionable. So if you get him into some block strings, it's really hard for him to get out. So I think what he has to do is play safe at different ranges in the meantime. And he has plenty of moves that help him do that. Now, that's an unusual playstyle for a character this big. Normally he has those moves that are like grapple moves, like those right there. But instead of him just needing to be really close, he charges forward, which gives me the impression that he's meant to be at mid-range. Also, his grab gives me that impression because he has one of the longest grab ranges of any character I've ever seen. Like, I think it's a whole character length. Like, I thought that was absurd how long that range was. Plus, all his special moves can either be done really far away or can be done at a range that is safe for him, and they pull him in so he can continue a combo. Like Giant Step, as you can see. Now, as you can see, you can do it mid-range, and it pulls them in closer. Especially his heavy kick one that has an unblockable shockwave with it if you didn't block the initial hit. So this is what I'm gathering from him, that he is a mid-range fighter meant to combat more close-range fighters and keep them away and at his distance. This is also another move that kind of gives me the impression that he's not meant to be fought up close. Like, you see the range on that move? That's amazing. I mean, the command for it is dumb because you have to do DP punch and then back forward, back forward, back forward, back forward, back forward. Or if you're using a pad, you can just rotate the stick. And plus, if you feel like you're just throwing out moves, he has the ability to stop in the middle of them. This only applies to his brass knuckles and his charging grab. So this move is pretty good for punishing or as a combo ender because it moves pretty fast. Now this, I really wanted to talk about this. One, it's a cool taunt. Two, I mean, it's bagpipes. Three, this makes your blockbusters, as they're called in this game, a lot awesomer, if I could say so. Like, just watch what it does. Just watch. You do the bagpipes, and then when you get the whole thing, you get a bunch of musical notes, like that, and then you are able to punch the crap out of your opponent.
Super!
He has a parry. I don't know how much cooler it gets than that. Plus, his level 3 summons a band. His level 3 summons a band. If you can't tell by now, I am incredibly hyped for Big Band. I love Big Band. I love his concept. I love his playstyle. I love everything he's capable of. And I advise anyone to pick him up, because he doesn't take a whole lot of work for a whole lot of damage. As long as you can control spacing, as long as you can keep them away, or as long as you can, I guess, keep them from applying too much pressure to you. Also, as long as you understand that his combos are not meant to be ungodly long like some other characters, if you couldn't tell. A lot of things that should work with him don't exactly work, which is one of the things I kind of felt disappointed by, because a lot of characters have long combos. But then again, this could be me not playing him to the extent that people have played other characters. Now, as you can see, Big Band has a huge problem with pressure. Valentine is pretty much tearing into him. So when you are able to put him in a team, you need to give him a partner that gives you an assist that kind of slows down the pressure or just knocks them back completely, like Parasol's Napalm Pillar or Parasol's Lock and Load, the heavy one. And as far as using him as an assist, there is no better assist than Brass Knuckles. You can use Giant Step as a way to mix it up, but for the best assist that says to get off me, Brass Knuckles Heavy is the best one. So the TLDR is that Big Band is not a mobile character, but is a pretty good mid-range character that, when used correctly, can be very effective and very damaging. Also, you need to master his parries, because that's another way for him to, I guess, deny pressure, and also to keep away those characters like Peacock that like to troll you. I hope you guys learned something from this, and I hope you guys give Big Band a chance. This is Anthony, and I will see you all later.
My planet needs me. Player 1 wins!